Hello writers, I hope you have already watched the two videos I have shared in this task area. One of them gives the overview for how to give feedback in Canvas in the writing workshop process, and the other looks more closely at how to use the annotations tools in Doc Viewer in Canvas. And there are a couple of things that the Canvas videos don't cover clearly enough, so this little video will give you a little bit more information about those things. So first of all, in our course, when you are ready to participate in peer review or in writing workshop, you will scroll down for this first quest to the assignment area where you submitted your Quest 1 draft. So that's in week 2 unit, and it's task 2.9. So you will click into that task area. And once you're in that task area, you'll look over here on the right and you'll see assigned peer reviews. Now you'll notice for this sample that I'm doing, this demo, there are none assigned, and that's because Canvas doesn't allow me to use my test student for assigning peer reviews, unfortunately, so I can't demonstrate that here. But once you turn in your assignment on Monday morning, you will see assigned peer reviews here for you, and you'll be able to click on a peer's name and it will take you into the area where you can give feedback. So when you get into that area for giving feedback, it will look like this. And a couple of things I want to highlight that you already saw in the previous video. The first that's very important is, in order to give annotations to your peers, it's very important that you click here on View Feedback. If you click here on the actual document itself, it will open the person's Google Doc, but it will open that Google Doc on your computer, and your peer will not be able to see any of the feedback that you create for them. If you click here, View Feedback, it will open it in Doc Viewer, and then you will be able to use those annotation tools described in one of the earlier videos to help you give feedback and annotations in your peer's document right here in Canvas. The other thing I'd like to explain is for adding your general comment, you'll use this box here. I'm going to ask you to leave a much longer and more thoughtful comment than you saw in the demo videos, and you'll see all of the instructions for that in a later task area this week. But something to know is you can increase the size of this comment box, so that can help you when you're writing a longer comment be able to review what you're writing and make sure everything is in the comment that you want to be there. If you'd prefer, you can try using the media comment, and you can leave a video comment where the peer will see a small video screen of you while you're speaking and leaving the comment verbally. You can also choose to do it without video, and you might want to try that and just see how it works for you. Some people really prefer leaving the comments verbally rather than writing everything out. And it's a way to have a nice connection with one another as well in this digital, virtual way of giving feedback. And the last thing I'll show you is with the rubric. I'm going to click into the rubric. So for our rubric, the way it's set up for this Quest 1 draft, you are trying to make a decision for each criteria over here that is laid out in the criteria column, whether you feel the person is meeting that student learning outcome based on what you're seeing in their document, or whether they're not yet meeting that outcome. So you'll click one or the other. And it's very helpful to know, even though the general SLO is written here, you can click View Longer Description, and it lays out the specifics for this particular quest of how we're thinking about that student learning outcome, how it's being applied in this specific assignment. So make sure you click into that longer description and really think about the information here and whether the student is fully meeting these criteria. So in particular, for follows instructions and meets requirements for the quest, make sure you look back at those quest instructions for Quest 1 and double check, is the student doing everything that is required and explained in that document? So once you decide whether the student meets the student learning outcome or does not yet meet the student learning outcome, you can click here on this comment bubble, and it will allow you to leave a comment explaining your assessment. Especially if you feel the person is not yet meeting the student learning outcome, please be sure to leave a comment describing what the student is not yet doing to meet the outcome or what they can do to make sure that they do meet the outcome. And even if the person does meet the student learning outcome, leaving a comment and letting them know something you appreciate about the work they've done or why they've been successful would be really helpful. And sometimes a person can meet a student learning outcome and there is still room for improvement. So you might think they meet the outcome but still want to offer a piece of advice about how they can keep improving. So in this rubric, there are several elements to look at and to assess. And again, for each one, you can click into the View Longer Description to get more explanation about that student learning outcome and how it's being applied for this assignment. And then remember, once you have filled out the rubric, be sure to click on Save Comment down here at the bottom so that your, sorry, it's not working in this version of the text or in this version of the sample for me. But once you have filled out the rubric, if you don't click that Save Comment, all of your work won't get saved for your peer. So make sure you do click on that Save Comment. So that should help you make the best use of all of these tools in Canvas so you can give one another very helpful and thoughtful feedback in the writing workshop process.